I'm disappointed that we didn't get out of them. It's Valentine's Day, and they didn't discuss at any point what Dust is going to do with his evening.
That's a great question. Also, with the historian thing, you actually just got back from Poland, so there is a difference there as well.
Okay, well, kick off this pistol round, Vitality. Block B. It was going to be an investigation. That wasn't going to be the finish. You can see this spread right now out of G2. One player waiting ramp, and it's Mr. Sampaius. Obviously, in Palace, this matters. So the round still has a lot of legs to it. Hunter with a smoke and a flash, and starting to make their way down through underpass. They'll be connecting with Heavy God. Top middle, I'm sure. Now, the CT setup was leaning for a B play. Mezzi playing Ticket. He'll be baiting in that of Apex. And this is what you need to keep in mind for G2 for the entire game. Always keep that loose piece. Is Rops under balcony? Where's Apex playing in these CT setups? Because variety, it's the spice of life.
Yeah, and Vitality are spicy. It's Rops that's going to have that first contact, likely here on the uncrouched spots. The bomb spots two pairs of legs heading towards that A site. Apex with a reaction tucking in. And the smoke providing necessary cover for them to get into the A site. Now Mezzi spotted out CT. Apex still overlooked. It's actually going to be Malbs finding Rops as that first blood. Opportunity for that clawback bomb could be denied. Sampaius was not ready for Apex. Beautiful execution. Overlooked and double kill. Now an opportunity for them to close this out. Despite the number discrepancy, both jungle? How are you supposed to pull this off? Long-range USP headshot, connector occupied. That's a great one from Heavy God. Hang on. He levels the odds. Flamesy claws one back, and now Heavy God in the clutch. ZywOo's low. A single bullet onto that. If he can just get past Flamesy, he could run at ZywOo. Was knocked off the bomb. Oh, but the headshot's there in time.
This one's going to be down to the wire, isn't it? There's a fuse coming in, but should be all good in the hood.
I mean, truly had to hit that shot there, ZywOo. Heavy God was setting up G2 for a real rumble.
Okay, well, again, I want to address this Apex playing Joker. And that's something that we see a lot of teams doing, but it's something that Vitality do really well on their CT side. There'll be these moments where they're pulling Flamesy into the connector fights with Apex. There'll be rounds where they have Rops not playing Shaw, playing in A on the other hand. And Apex does very well there to get the double.
Yeah, Sampaius is probably going to be the most frustrated about that one. Just caught backing away, looking the wrong way, and as a result of his negligence, Apex finding two. Very mid-centric, and rifles as well seem to be the priority. Three of them head towards middle and unload their mags.
Yeah, Heavy God's got this AK, no head armor to go with it. Hunter with the Galil. And a very similar opening, just different players in different positions. You've got the full spread, the full spectrum right now for G2 as they do feign this mid-control, be fake.
Mezzi's not really buying it. He'll be able to have the back turned. That's if Rops doesn't beat him to the punch. Pressure onto this A side though, and yeah, Malbs' Deagle catches ZywOo off guard, and Flamesy's brought down as well. Impact from that Malbs' Deagle. This one's getting competitive. Bomb's coming up that ramp side, and Malbs is actually stepping into the line of fire. He's bringing the fight to Robs. Doesn't have the help for this. Surely Mr. Cool's dead. Yes, he is. A multi-kill from Malbs through middle. His solo mid-take, and it's actually got G2 in it to win it. Mezzi messing with the Malbs' mind with the sound cue kit on site. He'd need to win this one cleanly, and yeah, Malbs is having absolutely none of it. Massive round out of Malbs. G2, second round converted in the absence of a pistol.
So that's just chaos, isn't it? So it's a pretty limp fake onto B. They don't get anything done, but they take the space off the back of it. Hunter taking Apex down, and then Malbs being able to lurk through middle. And there's just chaos on all fronts they have to deal with. So this is Malbs coming to the back lines, and then the second one's a fantastic trade. Extremely necessary. Rops is low on HP, holds him at the door. That was from the B fake, and then Mezzi walks in the same line of fire. With the force buy back from Vitality.
I mean, also give Hunter extra credit, not only the kill onto Apex, but Flamesy is engaged with that fight on ramp with Hunter, enabling Malbs to find that body shot finish. Well, okay. You were telling me just before we got started, Chad, you expect this one to be entertaining. Can you give me as a reason as to why?
I like the counter-strike that G2 play, and I think that the pieces as well, other than some of these glaring moments from Sampaius. Malbs is on a redemption arc at the moment.
Yeah.
With the stats that they brought up, not really highlighting how much better he looked in a couple of key matches in Krakow. He was not just hemorrhaging opening deaths, he was actually finding a lot of opening kills. So we know that G2 can throw hands. It's about the consistency of that. This is another event, the desk highlighting it, where they have to make playoffs, otherwise there'll be questions about how they move going forward. And they are moving into A with this execute.
Yeah, this is a nice Molotov on the stairs, and ZywOo, despite a great shot, is immediately traded. Malb's an important provision. Desert Eagles behind that jungle smoke, actually looking like they're all going to head back for CT-centric retake. Apex scavenges away ZywOo's scout. Ooh, nearly put it to good use. Malb is on a mad one. Heavy God happy and welcome to take the duel. Oh, he's so precise with it. Takes down two of them, channeled into his M4's crosshair.
Hunter could have had that one if Rops managed to stay alive for a moment longer. They had that one completely covered off. It'll be the eco now. So an opportunity to get themselves up to a 3-1 lead on the G2 side of the server. Simultaneously with this one, we got 3D Max taking on Falcons. I'm going to go and check that out. I think it's Moses and Dinko bringing you that action.
I'm very interested to see how 3D Max fare this year. It hasn't necessarily started fantastically, but Cluj-Napoca perhaps a different story.
It's just the same conversation with them. We have a lot of teams where we are having the same conversations as we did for the calendar year of 2025. MOUZ being the biggest because they get so close but oh so far. FaZe, is it working, is it not? Well, it's not a major, but they did win their opener against Heroic. Then 3D Max, we know what the team can offer. There's moments where Body's the best player, Lucky's the best player, Mac is looking great on the AWP, Exercise is precise, Gravity had a great performance in Krakow, and then everyone goes, okay, well, they're an aggressive team, they just push. They make that flavor work, and they struggle against the bigger names.
In their year review, they gave an interview where they said, we're going to try and, you know, not just be so one-dimensional. I haven't necessarily had the opportunity to see too much of their games firsthand. Apex is really... Okay, Hunter's going to work this out now.
Surely.
He's like, this is not the window I remember. I can't believe it. Apex has actually denied them access. Now with 3 kills in the feed, these USPs are getting headshots. Oh no, you've lost the bomb, boys. Heavy God here to save the day.
Well, they know where he likely was. This is the A-lurk.
Good grief.
So identifying this quickly, the eco is well out of control right now.
USP.
Bomb down in enemy territory.
You gotta kind of give him a bit of room, right? You want a sound cue. Ideally, if you're ZywOo, you're playing for some info, trying to catch him in that inaccurate moment as he leaps out the window, and he's about to give it to you. Okay, window. 28 seconds, pressure's on Heavy God. Retrieving the bomb is primary objective. He knows they're going to be close, and ZywOo tracks as he jumps. Wow, that's that ZywOo and Robs combo.
It just looked like it was about to be a funny clown fiesta moment there with the boost in window, and then you expect all the USPs to run out and just get farmed up. But the fact that Vitality snatched that one away, that guaranteed 3-1 lead, not a guarantee after all.
He didn't get any kills, but Apex did block the window move. I mean, he gets some credit. Here's that from Robs' POV.
From Robs there. In fact, they're able to snatch this one away. Okay, well, came back on, at least as far as the financial wars go. G2, they're now the ones who could be looking pretty shaken early.
Yeah, no. They've got to be careful, tread lightly, otherwise G2 looking for that payday loan.
These are one of those rounds I'm talking about as far as variety. Essentially looking at the radar, it's 5 players ready to fight middle. Right, check this, there's nobody borrowed in A, there's nobody worrying about apps with the jump spot. This is 5 players essentially, and well, it was, now that Apex is rotating back over to B, but they want a biff.
Okay, well, Hunter's going to get that biff he so desperately looks for. Nade, ooh, a solid connection. He stomachs 50 damage, and there's another where that came from. Hunter, he's just had the kitchen sink thrown at him.
They need to take the space on A right now.
And that's what they're doing, surging forward. Flames is trying to clear and cool mid-clear. Good timing on the engagement. Supplies his back turned, and he will profit. Double kill just on that lurk mid. You've lost the sight, you've lost bodies. As he eats the flash, Malb sets himself up for success.
Yeah, flowing nicely as Malb's 9-2. So sure, you win the eco, but you are going to have to hold on to this one, Apex. Need to keep tabs of the financial situation. And next round, well, their loss bonus back bottom of the barrel. There's 4.5 and 4.3 on ZywOo due to those saves with the eco win. So if he holds on to this, can get another decent-looking buy going forward. But this is one thing, I'm talking about the variety of the CT setups. If G2 are in a position where they're able to identify, like they did there, right? Hunter say there's multiple players from short throwing me nades, right? They're double nading me, they're mollying me. In this setup, it's likely they're doing this mid-fight setup. So the fact that they're able to take the space and spill over, they identify early. The next ones are going to be, okay, we're walking quietly onto a site and someone's ticket. Make sure we check balcony, make sure we flush out under balcony, make sure we clear sandwich. Those are going to be the positions where you see Rops as a joker.
Yeah.
That's where nameplate Counter-Strike comes into the mix as well.
And if you were to watch, you know, the ROPS highlight reel of last year, how many times is it a multi-kill from Sandwich? Is it a multi-kill from being overlooked on the AX egg?
So Vitality under a bit of pressure right now. One of the keys is keeping the intensity from Krakow into Cluj.
Yeah.
So they are going to get a stern talking to if things don't go their way in map number 1. Inferno and then Anubis is the third and decider. It's pistols to complement what is 2 AWPs. So that extra cash being spent heavily from Rops and ZywOo. This might catch the likes of G2 off guard.
Yeah, what's your pathing like? Through mid, though. ZywOo. Oh, a quick adjustment onto Sampayas. They want to try and run at him. Malb's considered it. Hunter partners up with him. It seems their attention is set towards a window boost. Molly is perfectly timed from Apex. Nice util set. He is trying to tend to the potential for that boost.
This is something you have to be very mindful of if you're Vitality going up against a Hunter's G2, right? We know even back in the day, this was a move that he got away with all the time. No one quite as masterful with the timings on the window boost as this man right here. But he has been flushed away. So with a man advantage early, we now have a minute on the clock, and there's a decent amount of util to finish. A couple of smokes, mollies, and Hunter, he's just going to strafe out top mid to the island box. So we'll be back to an A finish.
Okay, this is logically sound. Hunter's even got a Molotov to try and sell it further. Both smokes arrive in middle.
It's just a deagle on the site on Flames right now. So how much value can he get out of this?
Yeah, ZywOo close by. When will Flamesy call for aid? Connect alert, still a possibility. Here they come. Flames is in so much trouble. Spotted out, trying to delay, buy time. And oh, ZywOo's patience rewarded. Catches Hunter on the smoke walk. Now enables him to set his sights on this Palace fight. Turning that util, they surge forward, taking some space. Mattis has made it on top of the stairs. Instantaneous trade. CT's a threat. Mezzi's Desert Eagle from the jungle side, but Rops is up now revealed. Nice shot. Mattis removes the head. Just Mattis, though. No time for this. He hasn't got time to find that last frag. Mezzi, virtue of just staying alive, gives Vitality a 3-all score.
But all he's carrying is into a deagle and Kevlar into the next round. Mattis will snatch the orb. He'll give that to Sampayas. So sure, you win the round, but your finances are pretty bleak right now.
So you've won an eco and then lost the following gun round, and now you've won a round, but the only weapon you saved was a Desert Eagle and Kev. So as far as like kind of suffering from success, Vitality's wins have come at a cost.
They have been able to get another AWP out on ZywOo here. Oh, they got the orb. Okay, that's reports coming in. They picked it up.
Ooh, just in time.
All right, well, handy there. I guess it's over towards stairs where ZywOo's gone down. So we'll get that back, and it's good with the fine form that he's in. Still compromises, but on both sides now. Loss bonus continues to teeter as the last 4 rounds of trading blows. Vitality yet to post consecutive. This could be the moment to do it and take control of the financial game.
Imminent test for Mezzi's B site. And you want to talk about jokers. Rops is burrowed at the bench, hoping to provide some support for the short side pincer.
Yeah, if it is the B execute, he can stay tucked in and activate late. Right? Nobody's over towards vent room. Smoke starts to trickle in now. That's when Hunter's cue to move. As he's their way out in case it doesn't work. It looks like it's going to be Mattis and Malbs ready to explode. Heavy God will join them. Sampayas has... Oh, he's given the bomb over. So there might be the commitment here as Hunter's taken some space.
Here comes the util. Mezzi, what's your reaction to this? Prepares himself, here's multiple boots. Avoids the flash. Oh, perfect headshot. Malbs' Desert Eagle delivers. And Mattis in combination. Hunter catches Apex. The job is done.
I think you're saving now. This rotation was so far away. They were burrowed on site, so it's very site-centric. Right? They're expecting an execute on either A or B, and well, the B bomb site not putting enough resistance on the board. Apex in that interview with James talking about that the players who needed to show up in Krakow, well, maybe not needed to, but the players that you'd expect alongside as ZywOo. Rops didn't have the best tournament, the same for Mezzi. It's their bomb site that falls pretty easily as Flames will investigate, see if he can upgrade away from this. ZywOo will maintain the AWP and will continue to trade blows.
Flames' position looks like it might net him a kill here. Mattis, how diligent will you be? Very is the answer.
So
rather convincing.
Yeah, and right now you have this save ZywOo AWP, but you only got the 1400. So this is still forced by territory. I wonder if Xtaz wants to take a timeout to have a conversation. ZywOo can drop an M4. The rest can upgrade in 5.7s or pistols again, but you're going to be lacking util. And if you don't force buy behind the AWP, then you're going to lose it, and you're not going to get it back for at least a couple of rounds' time. So they will be operating with that option. Rops will be the man who gets the upgrade. Everyone else in with the pistols. This time it will be 5.7s instead of Deagles. And right now, could be a pretty quick execute in towards A. Rops is here, the Joker. Does he go overlooked?
Apex playing with fire, gets across to the site before ramp arrives.
And ZywOo takes the deep B line. So Mezzi's rotating as well.
Okay, they know what's up. They found a safe haven around the Flames. Flamesy's ready. He wants to make a play up close. Perfect weapon for the job. There's Rob's first blood. Flamesy pushes through. He's done very well. Just some Pius left cowering in the corner. 5.7 at that range, just shredding. In combination with Robs, who takes the first fight despite being the Joker, and it wins out nicely for Vitality.
So now this is 6 straight rounds, unless Pius is going to win a 1v4 with a minute on the clock and AWP on his back, and at least he has the bomb. But this is the entertainment, maybe not in the way I expected, but these teams having some really quick and concise rounds.
That block smoke Tetris as well, was that thrown by the CTs?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that really...
You see that on the pistol rounds a lot when players have Julies under the balcony. There's ways to deal with it, but it is tough in the moment, right? You want to get in that smoke and then par out of it together, creating lots of different options.
Well,
but
we saw how effective it was for Flamesy and his reactions. As soon as he gets one, he can find an angle, he can push through, it's overlooked, back turned, and a double kill.
All right, state of the affairs right now, if Pius holds on to this, he can drop an AK. Heavy got to be able to get a rifle of his own, and they should still have something decent to work with, because the force buy wars will not be over. At this point, we are waylaying either of these teams having proper full buys, and this is tougher for in-game leaders to work with, because you're not going into rounds with full weaponry and full utility. So your game plan, traditionally what you're practicing is those moments. And you know, you might have some coaches or some teams who literally do practices where, hey, they might be winning every single round, but it's like, let's do these buys where we only have an AWP and an AK and a couple of pistols if you want to practice those scenarios, because these are the rounds that can change games. But now we've had 6 straight. No one has broken serve, at least not since the pistol and then the force buy back with the conversion. Felt like it was done, and then they lose to an eco. So this is why we find ourselves at the 4-4. That's 8 rounds scoreline.
I love the timeout music. Makes me think about like the dwarves, you know?
Okay, in a mine somewhere.
Yeah,
I see it.
The mines of Moria.
Well, Source taking these extra 30 seconds before their finances are bottomed out. That saved AWP, then the dropped AK. So Heavy God's got one, Malbs has gifted the other. P250 for that of Madison Hunter onto the Tech 9, and just a smattering of U2 as smokes are being juggled right now. Might have to be direct. It's tough to play around like this late. So window blocked. Top Cat the same and ready to pounce up the ramp. Mattis the flash.
Ooh, head-on collision. Apex and Flamesy playing around this nade peak. They've been doing it time after time, and this time the AWP is ready. He got a lot of answers though, saw more than one towards the ramp side, block util thrown.
And now you can play out the mid-round, right? The fact you get that opening so early and nothing really lost. So sure, if you wanted to explode onto A, you've been stalled out for now, but there's still plenty of moves available. This is Vitality who have to be active. Apex was there to assist Flames. Now he's pressed up in middle, just guaranteeing some control. But does he play to contain, or do they push for information? Because right now, if it's an execute on either site, the CTs are not in the best position to defend.
They are going to kind of let them in, right? ZywOo's positioning not looking like he's going to be taking too active of a line on A. Apex is called mid-clear. Oh, looks like ZywOo is going to have a look. Flashed in the open, taking his peek, and does strike onto Hunter. Pulls them back into the 4-on-4.
Eyes on the Apex flank. It'll be late, but it's coming.
It is on its way. Some fires, will he be ready for that? ZywOo spots a flash of flesh. Heavy God's gone. Important, impactful frags found by ZywOo, and now the flank can connect. He wants multiple. He's going to get the first. There's number two. Malb's unprepared, low HP, clean round from Vitality. The two Frenchmen with a lot of impact.
Okay, well, surely at this point, that's going to be the financial wars done and dusted. As with this defuse coming through, it's finally straight rounds for Vitality.
I was amazed that ZywOo didn't like move when he got flashed, you know, like he didn't panic and think he was just going to get bopped from Palace. He just stood there, realized they were likely going to be ramp-centric, and catches that perfect frag onto Hunter.
Keeping up the form from Krakow and on the AWP, so this is nice to see. He's had constant impact throughout this. It's just a real nuisance. You have the number advantage, you piece together a round, but you're just getting picked apart one by one. Oof. Some great shooting. Will be the eco now for G2. So an opportunity to take at least a two-round lead. Last time we saw an eco, oh, there we go. Malbs is dead already.
Well, that could be maximum damage, I think. Heavy God just headbutts that grenade.
Walk into the flames, you know you want to.
It's tempting, no? Ooh, that's another well-placed grenade as well. Narrowly misses out on Heavy God.
It's tough, just so late in the piece that now
yeah,
the game starts. Well, whatever game plan you had coming into this match in terms of what you wanted to pressure and the way you wanted to run your rounds, they went out the window due to just the patterns that this was won at. And Vitality have pulled off some nonsense already. See how clean they can keep this. Oh, Steps bedding him in. Flamesy mop and bucket out as they will lock down middle. Sampires gets something, but now he's noted, and Apex will grab the final frag. So that'll be the 6-4, two-round gap and 2 rounds left. We head to the halftime break.
Yeah, that's Vitality kind of, you know, earning their reward from winning out what was a 8-round battle.
That's what G2 couldn't do, right? Because they got them down to the eco. It was just the USPs, and they're unable to scoop that up. So at this moment, they're feeling pretty hard done by, and they know that if they just won that, it would have been a whole lot easier sailing, at least in terms of the calling, connecting together, piecing these rounds together. When you're limited on util, weaponry, the way that you piece these rounds, it's tough. It's a whole lot harder, a lot more communication required, a lot more ideas.
Mezzi's got an idea that nade could be a little bit early. Throws out his HE, Mattis audible.
Rops is coming back to assist this. Another HE, so 2 players noted, or at least 2 nades on the site. Sentry lands, stalling them out further.
Cheeky boost. ZywOo, a stepping stool for Apex. Deeper line in towards underpass. No one's on their way. Hunter's considering it, just jiggling for any aggressions.
How long does this boost stay?
Hunter's surely not ready for that. Surely not. Okay, well, Hunter gets away with his life. Evades the nade. Oh, not the second one, though. Mezzi just the one. That's important. Bomb does get spotted on Heavy God's back.
Feigns the acceleration, hits the brakes.
Rops is ready, head on a swivel. But it does seem like the dogs have been called off.
I feel that you have to go into the B split right now. What have we got? 35 seconds left on the clock. If they want to go back to A, it's going to have to be noisy through spawn. Yeah, so this will just be a late play into B. And Apex will jump spot, trying to bait for Rops in this situation.
They spot him, he spots them. And then Rops farms him up, but no, Rops gets that first contact. Gets away from the Heavy God spray, then Apex chips in. Perfect tracking of the jumping Spaniard. Job done. 7 rounds now on the board for Vitality.
Okay.
Comfortable defensive B.
Yeah, that one came a little bit too easy, didn't it? So, one more round left. And again, because of the nature of these rounds, the loss bonus hasn't built out for G2. They're operating again with a bit of a hodgepodge buy. We've got a couple of Tech 9s, a Galil in the mix. It'd be limited U2 once more. An MP7 for Hunter. So you can just see how limited it is.
Ooh, we got action for Apex. Multiple bodies at the top of mid. Be a good flash and push. Perfect timing. He eats a flash though. You're not ready for a second. You're not expecting another man. You just walk straight past him. A tap to the back of the head. But Mattis keeps us level. Important from Mattis. Wuzorp sounds off in the window.
Yeah, takes a shot, expects the lurk to start to activate. There we go. It's on the other side of the map right now as flamesy chipped away. So in the 3v3, grouping up for what looks like a B finish, it's Mezzy. He's playing quite passive. Grouping up with this cluster of players now over towards middle. They might want to clear this together, so at least there's some trade potential, but they'll be in the wrong place. B-bomb site is free. Sampaius even has nades to lob in, so as they contact, this becomes more difficult for Vitality on the retake. If they walk in, nobody spots them, they plant the bomb, and then the smoke and molly come into play. It'll buy them even more time. Jigs up now, rotation on the way. Flamesy in through underpass, late piece. They have to give him time, but if they're too quiet, they don't put up enough resistance that'll be expected.
Oh, just timed perfectly. Flamesy's going to be able to get closer. Two from the short side. Flamesy just walks into the crosshairs. A perfect angle from Mattis. Looking to end this one with that fifth. This shot not going to work out for them. Sampaius removing the woo. And the job is done. Time too far gone. Mazzy gives it the best he can, but there we have a 7-5
Individual moments, and they lock them down, only giving away 1 kill in each of those. Here we go, pistol round number 2. Map number 1, G2's choice. It's Inferno up next. Widow smoke spills in. Both teams potentially getting up to a bit of fakery here. Mezzy over towards A with a bucket of util and lobs that out now. And that's going to open the door for Apex and Flames to walk through. This is where you hope your connector player, which is Mattis, looks away.
But instead, he's actually going to tuck in. Feels like he knows exactly what's coming. He gets that free frag and perfect trade from Flamesy. Puffs up his chest. Saiwu trying to work on short. Heavy God versus Robs. Catches. Oh, nice one from Heavy God.
Could be a round winner right there.
I mean, I think that's a different round. He collapses. They take B. He was caught on the back foot. Robs timed him perfectly, but Heavy God's aim bails him out. Now what? You're kind of in middle, a man down.
You know he's goosh, so do you want to try and press the site? Apparently not. In through connector, looking to take some fights.
Yeah, and Malbs looks set for success. We know he's got that precision on the pistols.
Hunter's push has alleviated a lot of pressure for Ticket as well, but Malbs is having to worry about window.
And Zai was making no secret of his presence, gets spotted up by Market, and they have found the gap into A.
Can they plant safe side? That's the question.
Clear out CT.
You have to think he's powers or ramp.
I mean, you're going to assume, yeah. It's not like he's not on the site somewhere. And Mezzy punching in that code. Hunter has time to stalk his prey. Mavs a quick tap and the good flank. Ooh, Saiwu doesn't hit that first bullet. Had to be the first. Pistol goes G2's way, convincing.
Yeah, for me, it's all about that Heavy God kill, right? And I think that's going to be a fun game to watch throughout these two teams locking horns, is Heavy God versus Rops on some of these lurks. I think that Heavy God is a very strong player in that position, and, well, Rops is Rops, right? I think people have made sure to pay attention to what this guy's output is. The Midas touch, every team he joins, able to pick up some very strong results. And Vitality, well, they're at the top of that conversation. So, especially in that head-to-head between Heavy God and Robs, like hearing those steps is exactly what Robs is waiting for, right? Exactly. He gets him where he wants him, how he wants him, and still Heavy God wins the duel. It's a great trade from Flamesy, but yeah, it's a lurk. And he's swinging out. I've gooshed him. He should be dead. One bullet, it's all over. But the bomb did go down, right? The space they gave them, they pipped that gap, they plant the bomb, and Vitality can get in with a threatening force fight. So are they able to do what G2 did in the first half?
And these, however, are rounds you practiced. How do we get it done with a bomb plant and a lost pistol?
This is quick. There's 3 towards B. They've got a lot of space early.
All matters, you could get caught out. Trajectory, rather, of that smoke grenade tells them short is Occupado. Without the loss of mouths, important. Sampaius burst with the MP9 range. He nearly got another. Saiwu, however, brings him down with his Tech 9, and that bomb does get planted. Okay, retake time. We've got a flank from Spawn. Hunter's jogging over there now.
I don't see a kit.
Oh, Apex is a bit too loud about this one. Just walks to his demise, or rather sprints. Saiwu's next challenge. Ooh, and Hunter tracks. Not easy for Mezzy. Quiet start from him as well, as far as fragging is concerned. A clutch would be huge. And that time, as you highlighted, is going to be a problem. 1v3, though. Just needs some good cover and fire. Smoke on the bomb, and he hits that first. Just gets off Mattis, and you've won the round. If you could just find him in that smoke spam. Can't find him. No bullets, and no hope for Mezzy. A valid opportunity. Look at the time. Look how close this was. Not able to find him in the smoke.
Okay, so stressful round to survive. Bomb goes down again. Yeah, I think you have to relent right now if you're Vitality and just, okay, I say that and I immediately see ZywOo buying with an AK.
He's not happy.
Apex straight in with a Galil. So I thought they were just going to take the partial, but they think they can still break the money right now. I'm curious to see if Xtaz wants to take a timeout off of this. A little bit sketchy there for a moment, but good damage to the smoke there from Heavy Guard. And yeah, Apex thinking too many steps ahead. Hunter was already cutting him off with the pass.
Is he running for the round the world?
Yes.
Because he's planted? Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, trying to open it. Two players, Tetris and Ramp, no good. Right? Especially with the low HP that those two players were on.
Oh, look at Hunter. He is already just charging.
If they're expecting an eco, that's not the case.
Yeah, and wasn't expecting a push. Mezzi does react in time, though, so First Blood kind of delivered. Exposed, nice smoke, break play, Mattis profits, but is he ready for two more of them? Oof. He's committed to this fight. Oh! Covering fire was supposed to be there. ZywOo removes it, and now Sampaius versus Flamesy. Flamesy just about gets away.
Everyone's horny for Jules right now. Like, everyone's sticking around, getting in fights, getting very aggressive, maybe hanging around or swinging when they shouldn't. But right now we find ourselves in a 3v2 for Vitality's favor.
All right.
Well, they know Rops on the extremities. Right now, he's with the pack. So as they group up and maneuver, the U2 to finish this Smoke Molly flash with a little bit of sprinklings from Mezzi and Flamesy on top. Searching RG2, getting information. All right, we've got window, clearing out middle. As they start to piece this together, do they stay connected or do they split and worry about the sites? Well, Malbs, less smoked off, could do some real damage. And with Rops taking that smoke and bomb through Palace, Malbs could be on for the multi. 12 bullets in the gun.
Yeah, that's my concern as well. He's going to have to be very efficient with his spray. Or burst, likely a burst. Peeks out, spotted. Oh! There's some efficiency! 12 bullets, 2 targets, job done.
And the bomb's loose.
Yeah, it's hard to retrieve for Flamesy as well.
Get up there, get the AK, get out, mate. You're saving that.
Best bet. Is he going for the plant? Yeah, he's prioritizing the plant. Fair play to Flamesy. They are going to crouch, walk up to him, though, ready for that trade potential. There should be no way in this world Flamesy gets anything here. Just a quick one from Malbs to close it down. That's an impactful round. Damn, 3 kills from Malbs. Solid work.
Okay, so a force buy again, and the bomb goes down.
Don't say it. They're not going to do it.
They could. They could do a pretty similar to buy as to what they just had. And maybe they are. So I was just equipped an AK again immediately. I'm questioning, when's Xtaz going to take the timeout and either call this off or at least give them an extra 30 seconds to have the conversation. But when the trades are flowing like this, both teams wanting to brawl, right? If you're G2, one of the conversations has to be before going into a match like this is we can't be scared of these players, right? We need to take it to them because we know the type of aim that these players put on display.
Right. I don't think that's ever really a conversation about G2. It's like, oh, they just don't have the players. You know, they've got the muscle to keep up with Vitality.
Yeah, well, they've had Hunter alongside a Saw for 6 months now. So you want to see the fruits of that labor. Obviously, it's some fresher faces at the top of Mattis and Heavy God, but both have shown great potential.
Yeah, Mattis and Heavy God definitely shining brighter than the rest, but Malbs is having a great game.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the desk were discussing as to, you know, what is expected of him. I do think it's kind of unfair to say, you know, be Nico. I don't think that's a really fair thing to hand to anyone.
To anybody, yes. We've seen that go wrong in the past, but yeah, getting good output from him now. Some very impactful rounds throughout this one, and the fact the guns are back in again. Can they really hold on? Vitality know that the finances for G2, they're not there. They know if they win this, the loss bonus, they're able to get on top of them.
They've got someone close ramp, it's Malbs, so all of this util will be quite comfortable to say nothing's coming.
And B's open right now. Playing from short, so will they be able to deliver kills through the windows as they start to team out? Heavy
Guard, it's a good angle for this. Avoids the flashbangs, but does not avoid the headshot from Mezzi's AK. Breaks through into the site. Vitality have seized control.
Bomb's gonna get past.
Yeah, it's Apex. I think that little missed shot from the burst should do enough to enable a plant. Covering fire, trade available. Flamesy had to hit that. Now Mattis from that short side investigates, but is the conversation a save?
Yeah, well, right now, Sampaius has got 3.4k. If they save, he can drop a gun and everyone's good. Okay. They shouldn't have too many issues going into the next, even though it is 1,400 loss.
Well, the stubborn nature of Vitality's buys seems to have paid off.
Yeah, but they're going to need to connect multiple rounds in a row if they want to break the finances and then start to skittle up a bit of a lead. So the tug of war continues in the second half of play. Wasn't far off from that multi, was Hunter. Flamesy brought down to just 14 points of health. So Sampayas will hook up Heavy God with a rifle or Hunter, right? It depends on who they feel needs the bigger gun. With Heavy God doing the B anchor duties, maybe he's the one down with an SMG. Or Hunter, the in-game leader, takes a sacrifice. It's one of the two. It looks like it will be Heavy God just down to an MP9.
We've seen what he can do with that MP9, winning impossible 1v2s.
Yeah. All right, well, tack timeout. Another one called from G2. Got one left, as Vitality haven't called any.
Yeah, I guess Xtaz is just kind of content with what he's seeing. They are they're kind of happy to fight in the mud that G2 have pulled them into. Also, I suppose if G2 keep calling him for him, he's getting the opportunity to be on the mic regardless.
That is true. All right, well, Kid on Malbs, only bringing one into the round. Just that MP9 on Heavy God is the biggest emission. Everyone else has what they're hoping for. So away we go. Can Vitality get on top of them? Does this continue? This is looking like a direct call. The bomb heading straight towards Palace. So feigning mid-control, hoping that G2 want to fight and biff mid, and then you can find the timing. But flashing forward, Malbs will be noted by Mezzy. So know they've investigated early. It's a heavy lean towards A with this G2 setup.
Yeah, you got Mattis as well, kind of getting deeper into the site. Two players towards the connector side as well, in Hunter and Sampayas. It's a lot of faith in that one MP9 on Heavy God, but it does seem to be the right call.
These are the Joker setups I was talking about from Vitality. Everybody does them. Vitality just get away with them a lot, so Mattis, the unknown piece, is able to stall this out. Second wave of U2, a minute on the clock.
Sampayas is going to just try and play in front of it for one. Malbs is bringing the fight to Robs. Oh, crosshair wasn't perfect, but Mattis has done great work. Bomb is lost. Awkward for Vitality to find a way back into this now. Hunter is fully focused, locked on his screen. Oh, but an angle over the top. That's cheeky from Flamesy, and he dips. Drops out before Hunter can find that trade, slips into the connector safe. Hunter in pursuit can't find it. Heavy God, not the weapon you want for that kind of fight, not that kind of engagement. ZywOo gets across, slipping into the side. Still, Mattis has the bomb. And you've only got 20 seconds. That's a lot of responsibility for Mezzy.
Incendiary.
Oh, Incendiary on top, 20 seconds. This is a high-pressure situation. You've got to try and get that bomb. 5 seconds or less. Now Hunter removes Flames. It gets even harder. Still ZywOo's there.
Got the bomb. Need to plant.
Okay, going for the plant, but CT's coming. CT's
CT.
coming. Palace isn't going to push, but now he's got a back turn. Cover from ZywOo, and Vitality steal it away. Oh, the double from Mattis. I thought it was enough.
You see the thought process there. Malbs, the A defender, goes first. He goes down. Mattis gets the double. The bomb is in a tough position. They're worried more about the rotation. Vitality are holding them at bay, trying to get the kills. The cheeky one over the smoke there. That's huge. This one. So this is an incision. Now it causes chaos. Right? They're like, okay, we have the bomb, but we don't have the territory of the site. And then some great covering fire there from ZywOo.
Yeah, that was exciting. And the covering fire from ZywOo. I mean, in fact, you had to choose a player to cover you in those compromised places. That's where you want a player like ZywOo.
That is such a tough situation, because you know there's a player in Palace, and then the likelihood of CT is also an option, and you're just having to worry about absolutely everything right there.
Also embodies when you hear them talk about Mezzy and his selfless nature in interviews. You just see, like, boys, I'll get the bomb. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'll find it. I'll make it work.
Right now it is the eco out of G2. 2,400 lost into the next. We'll be able to get out the buy, but how much value can they get? Can they salvage an AK? Can they limit Vitality as well? Because the financial battle, it's not over. Any more layers to this as the rotation? We'll be able to get over there in time, but entrenched in the site is Flamesy with this SMG. Do they alley-oop him with a flash into spawn?
I suspect Flamesy's going to have a lot of fun here. Let off the leash to farm up a couple of extra frags.
You want a deep flash if you're going to fight this.
Yeah, he's running into the pistols and confirms there's a lot of bodies there. That's the smoke. It's perfectly timed by Malbs. Catches him pulling out the grenade. Forces them off of the bomb. Flashes in. It does get a bit sketchy. Indeed. Robsy's bailed them out. Massive 3K on the spray. Still a 2-on-2. Really high pressure scenario. Sampayas catches the push from Mezzy. It's not comfortable. You don't have the health for this. Mouth gets caught out. What's going on? Caught them both. It's Robs with the ace. What a savior for Vitality.
Okay.
That was supposed to be a disaster. Robs has bailed him out.
See, two timings right there. One, this is the castle, the sandcastle that can quickly be swept away. They're entrenched in the side, they have all the information, they're feeling very safe, bombs getting planted. Smoke goes down, they stray, Flamesy dies. At that moment, Apex is probably worried about something else because you think that Flames has spawn completely covered. They swing. Now Apex is caught between CT as well as Connector. He's in a tough position. When the lurk doesn't pay off, Robs really needs to dig him out of that. The triple, yeah, that one was on a silver platter, but the two to finish it, that was tough.
I don't know, Malb swapping to his grenade there. They both immediately pulled out their grenades at the same time, and it gave Robs a window. Great opening kill provided, though. Sampires catches one in middle. Sets his sights on the ramp side, and there are bodies there. So he goes searching, gets... Oh, perfect flash of the multi! Beautiful!
With that one, didn't he?
Target selection. Sees Zywoo, takes Hunter first, and has the time to adjust for number 2.
But this is where the financial game, I'm talking about it not being over, that coming down to a 1v2 for Robs to have to win, they don't have a lot of money going into the next. They're meant to keep that type of round relatively clean. You hold on to the AWP, you keep 2 to 3 rifles alive. Right now, you probably just have Robs and Apex saving for the next minute on the clock. And that comes down to Malbs, again, being proactive. 18 kills for him. Good to see Robs having a good game as well. 5 of those 20 kills did just come against an eco, but they were very necessary. They weren't eco bashers in the way that you'd expect, but it becomes a one-round game again. Do they hunt? That's another question. I think G2 need to start establishing their finances down the stretch as well.
Yeah, you don't want the half to end in the same way the first half of play did, where you're kind of just scrounging for pennies on the tail end.
So if they stay alive, Robs can drop an AK, Apex can drop a Galil. And Flamesy, who currently has the most at 850, can add the 1400 on top and maybe gets himself a Tech 9. Still have 10 seconds to wait, and they will investigate towards the ramp, but Palace is their abode for this one as round will conclude. And again, just a one-round gap as this one is delivering it all right now.
That it is.
We've got Inferno up next, and Anubis is the third. And interesting, Vitality, they removed Dust 2. So either respecting G2s or wanting to prac their Anubis, knowing that would have been the overpass removal from G2 in the second phase.
I feel like that's a luxury afforded only to the top dog, isn't it? Just, oh, we're going to be playing officials on maps. We want to show that we can play.
I think I still am so surprised. Maybe the timeout button's not working for Xtaz, right? That would have been another really good moment to just take it, just to calm it down. But if you're happy with what Apex is calling, if the ideas are flowing, if no one's getting frustrated, hey, this is the world-class team. This is the world #1.
Yeah, you can't mess with it, can you? Does look like Hunter wants to, though. I mean, he's already calling top mid clear, so valuable intel.
Can be 3 towards B pretty quick because Sampires, I was going to say he's on a close rotation.
A little bait and switch here. Mattis gets spotted, and you hope Heavy God gets overlooked. Hunter's kept pushing.
Robs will go down.
Yeah, it should be. He's got nades around. Oh, mama. Okay. Everything's fine.
Have to go B now.
Heavy God's going to get overlooked. He's got surely going to have multiple on his screen. He will just tap that backstab. Does let Mattis go down. Has to justify it with a multi. House 2. House chips in. AK upgrades galore. And a G2 round to tie us up.
Yeah, and Vitality on eco. So G2, I want to say, should take the lead, but we've been here before.
Oh, Mattis is another diagonal monitor sitter. There's Tesses. He does that too.
Yeah, they all learned from Bondic. So,
that's true. He was the OG.
Back in the day.
My theory is it's like you didn't have a square desk. You didn't have a rectangle. You had like those weird like corner desks. So you end up sitting at an angle.
Yeah.
That's my only theory.
Yeah, it drives me a bit wild, really.
Look how he sits at a funny angle too.
Some of the monitors so far away, it's tugging on the cables, right? The display ports. Okay, well, yeah, this is all going to be good in the hood. And I think having the round timeline, I just want to address that quite quickly. You saw in the first half how back and forth it was. Well, in the second half, Vitality really kept their foot on the gas to try and win out the financial wars, and they did. It's their own undoing of being a little bit sloppy, catching some bad timings. Now it's 3 straight back.
Xtaz heard you. Does call the first time out from Vitality.
And there can't be an AWP in the mix, so we'll see if G2 are aware of just the financial misery. And this is a map that has caused Vitality a couple of pressure points in recent time. Lost to Falcons with the standard that Yanko highlighted, and then in the final to Furia, just in Krakow a couple of days ago. Almost a week at this point. But timeout, it's subsided. No longer in those financial struggles are G2. Only have a handful of rounds to be played, but don't worry about them going down to Eco. It's the top count and window in play as the opener. Be ready to spill out top middle with a rally of flashes, and Rob smokes top con from outside A.
Yeah, nothing for some players on that first window smoke break. Hunter's got that good angle for any progression up the catwalk.
He's ahead of the molly, has to fight.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be playing on the edge of this smoke here, and he's going to be ready for Apex, just ahead of the flash. Brilliant team play from Vitality, but Hunter's still the spanner in the works. It's a bit greedy. He goes looking for trouble, and he finds the whole team. Okay, 4-on-4 then. We talk about the nuance of Counter-Strike. I mean, what is that? Half a second on Apex's pathing, just a little early. And nice positioning from Hunter as well.
Oh, here's another one of those Joker plays. Heavy God, the B anchor, freed up by Sampai's AWP on the other side of the map. Now you've got two rifles on A, and they're coming for a split. And you also have Mattis dealing with window. So the multi-kill potential right now is huge. You get caught off guard by one of these positions, G2 get 12.
And he hears them on the ramp side. Oh, what a shot from Flamesy, but Malb's set up to succeed. Overlooked on the sandwich position. He's done so well. Impeccable aim. ZywOo does the same. Now a clutch. Malb versus ZywOo, and ZywOo does tame it. Pulls it across the line for Vitality at a crucial juncture.
Yeah, they were caught off guard, right? Malbs, he's actually the A defender. Heavy God takes contact first. He goes down to Flamesy. Malbs just unleashes the fury from Sandwich. But it's ZywOo's 3K that makes the difference.
Oh, that's a bit of a, heart-sinking moment. You've done so much work. You just couldn't get that last. ZywOo with the most impactful round we've seen from him yet on Mirage.
That is the third moment of 4 rounds won in this second half that there's just been one player staying alive for Vitality. So they're not out of the woods just yet. They will have emissions in there by Apex and Mezzy into the MAC 10s. On the other side, they can fall. It is going to change the call that you have to make. You cannot run a standard gun round, but it doesn't mean you have to go straight into an execute.
Wow, what a crazy turn of events this was. Lovely from Malb. Spins around, catches that stairs player with a controlled spray on the swing of Flamesy, but ZywOo was so precise. Finds the headshot onto Mattis, and he just strafes on out. Nails it onto Malbs.
Yeah, didn't want to play that one out, right? Wanted to just take that fight, and it does look like they're going straight towards an A execute right now.
Ready.
Blocked. Does this change the timing, or do they breach through this? Big nade.
Looks like Flamesy wanted to go.
There's no follow-through with him right now. They're all lining up the util. Mid-information being vied for by Sampai's. He's currently got the AWP clearing out underpass. B's blocked, so A should be on high alert. What's the timing? Here they come.
Yeah, emerging out. Malb's in a powerful position, should have an opportunity, but the flash from Apex. They got info on you. Yep, Sampai's was spotted. Flamesy double entry into the site. Even a MAC 10 chipping away through the smoke there from Apex. What a perfectly timed flash for the pathing of Flamesy. I mean, we've said this a couple of times about Vitality, but the flash work, impeccable.
Well, this is the thing, right? This might not be a team akin to Astralis in terms of creating the blueprint of modern Counter-Strike, but what Vitality do is refine those details, and they add the variety of all of it, right? It's not just, okay, the well-placed utility. It's not just defaults, right? They have really well-timed moves, very good understanding. It's the nuance of all of it that puts Vitality at the tippy-top of Counter-Strike at the moment. And that right there is a perfect display. That flash is coming in and bouncing and catching that key position. You also have to have faith in the util that's being thrown as an entry fragger. It's something that, when pieces of util are missed and you see the entry fragger go in and die, it's like, oh, well, that seems silly. But when it works perfectly, this is the other side. You're being set up for that. And when you have an explosive player like Flamesy in the team who can deliver you a multi-kill, getting you the 12th round, there's just one left to snatch this away before we need overtime. Now there's no more MAC 10s. Now ZywOo gets the AWP. Okay, they're potentially running something very similar again. 3 through Palace this time, so a slight variation in terms of personnel.
But it is only going to be this two-man setup. Malbs is going to have his work cut out for him. Has a smoke, could block the Palace play. but they've got a double HE designed for that fight beneath. Oh, Flamesy, through the flames he thrives. Hang on, Hunter's tucked on Sandwich. It's a powerful position if they do flood out. Zywoo's clearing. Zywoo clears him. Cheeky. Double from Zywoo, rotating in his heavy god, but you got to peek into an orb. And yeah, that is a death sentence when Zywoo's wielding it. That is beautiful. Vitality, a convincing close to Mirage. Mattis only the one, and that is game. Mirage goes the way of Vitality.